Mediatrix of all grace. The story of Sister Teresita Castillo and the supposed Marian apparitions of Lipa City, Philippines reads something like a mystery novel. A negative judgment given in a document signed by local bishops and subsequent suppression of the devotion most likely drove the visionary in and out of the convent. Years later, some bishops involved in the disapproval of the case allegedly came forward with deathbed confessions, saying they only ruled against the apparitions on threat of excommunication. A document from the 1950s that would further clarify the case is still being kept secret in the archives of the Vatican. Then in May of this year, the local Archbishop Ramon C. Arguelles announced that the Holy See had reiterated its negative judgment on the supernatural nature of the apparitions. The reiteration was a rebuttal to the Archbishop, who had a few months prior announced, without Vatican approval, that the apparition had been reapproved as supernatural. The exchange was just the latest in a decades-long ping-pong match between the Vatican and the local clergy over whether or not the popular local devotion should be officially approved. As it currently stands, the apparitions of Mary and Lipa, known as Mediatrix of all grace, are officially considered not supernatural in nature by the Holy See. The highest recognition of the Catholic Church gives to an alleged miracle is that it is worthy of belief. If investigations determine an event to be fraudulent or lacking in supernatural character, a rejection may be issued. Alternatively, the Church may declare that there is nothing contrary to the faith in a supposed miraculous phenomenon, but without making a determination on whether a supernatural character is present. However, in an unprecedented move in this case, the Lipa apparitions are not considered supernatural, but local devotion is still allowed. I believe it to be the singular case in history where you have a negative judgment, but the devotion is allowed. Michael O'Neill, a Catholic miracle researcher and author who runs the website Miracle@home.com, told CNA. Visions in Gardens and Rose Petals from Heaven is unique, mysterious and still contentious case all began with a young nun in a quiet convent garden in 1948. Sr. Teresita, also known as Sr. Teresin, was just 21 years old when allegedly, Mary began appearing to her in the garden of her Carmelite convent in Lipa City. On September 12, 1948, the young nun was outside praying when one of the garden vines began to shake. She then heard the voice of the Virgin Mary, who asked Teresita to kiss the ground and return to the same spot for 15 days. Sr. Teresita returned, and Mary reportedly appeared to her on a cloud, dressed in simple white robes with a small belt, hands clasped, and a golden rosary hanging from her right hand. According to the visionary nun, throughout her 19 appearances that year, Mary stressed humility, penance, prayers for the clergy and the Pope, and to pray the rosary. Teresita reported that there was one secret for herself, one for the Carmel convent in Lipa City, one for China, one for the entire world, from the Blessed Mother. At her final appearance on November 12, 1948, Mary reportedly called herself by the title Mediatrix of all grace. Also associated with the apparition are rose petals that seem to fall from heaven, and appear to be emblazoned with images of Jesus, Mary and the saints.